everyone, so today I thought I would do the mum-daughter tag, and so this is Mum, my mother. You all know her from previous videos, and we're going to ask her a set of questions. She's going to answer them. You excited?
No?
Okay, so question 1. What was I like as a child?
Quiet. Very quiet, not like what you are now. What?
Is that all you're going to say?
You done what you were told. You didn't go through too many nappies during the day, which I can say.
Okay.
You ate all your vegetables. I got you off of baby food as soon as you had teeth. So you ate the same as myself, only small portions. And then you decided to fry your first egg at 2. I had to supervise you.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
What do you think of me making YouTube videos?
Not too worried. It's just, you always make me look terrible. You always get the rear end of me of bending over or some part of me gone queer or something.
I see the most because like that's what
I'm tracked into these things, you know.
What's something funny I did when I was younger? Go on, embarrass me.
How have you come to mind? Can I tell the toilet one?
Yeah.
Okay. She was learning to use the proper toilet instead of a little potty, and I could hear this little screams upstairs. And I went, "Wow! Come here, I come up the stairs. She's sitting on the toilet bowl, her little butt stuck down, and she hanging on to her dear like she put it into water. So I had to.
It was cold water too.
All I could do was laugh, and then I had to take her over because she was starting to cry. But she went on to ring on her back.
You okay?
I can see a picture of now. And then there was the time she was looking up.
There was what?
We were down at the castle, and there was a squirrel in behind this little tiny railing with an edge on it. And you were about 7, I think.
I don't know this.
She was about 7. And next thing I was like, "Sarah, don't be leaning over the railing because there's a big drop down there." And she goes, "I'm okay, Mommy." And next thing I looked at her.
This.
I remember I heard this.
I blocked it from my memory.
I heard this. And I looked behind. Here was Sarah's legs. She was still hanging out the rail, but her legs were up to you.
Anyway, moving on.
I have more to go.
No, they don't want more.
Oh, God, we got tissue there, please. Look, I don't wear makeup and I'll be black all over.
Have you learned anything from me? Besides how
I can't stop it. I can see her legs still going. What?
Have you learned anything from me?
Yeah. Just a single mother. Cause you're too costly. Oh, don't have kids unless you have a bank book.
No.
Endless go.
Don't cost you that much compared to any other.
Question again. Same question.
Have you learned anything from me?
Yeah. I have learned during me. I have passed on the tradition gracefully of the Culshan family and the Rowe family. That's all on my side. Being great at baking bread and everything. Know how to cook a proper meal. Can do a candlelight dinner with 5 courses.
Mum, you don't know how to do any of those things.
I do, but I can't do it since I had to do it because they kept me running around the place. But anyway. But, I mean, she's keeping on to tradition. Now, ain't you?
Okay.
Let me say more.
No. Okay? Okay. What's a weird habit of mine?
Oh, I can't tell that on camera. You told me not to. You're kidding me.
Well then, no, say it. Think of another one, because I don't even know what that one is.
Okay.
Yeah, think of another habit. Weird habit.
A weird habit. It's the most annoying habit she has. She's eating in front of you and she's like this. Right, that's her place, this her fork. The camera is me.
Oh, I always separate my food.
Ma! I'm hungry!
I don't do that!
I have to do such a thing today.
I don't do that.
You do so!
No, I don't.
That camera's going to sit across the table from, like with me now.
It can't, because I do not do that.
Well, You're true if you're going to lie to me on the camera.
Yeah, I don't do that.
You do.
I don't.
And then she talks
Anyway.
her asleep. Wakes me up in the middle of the night. I can't go back to sleep.
If you had to rename me, what would you name me?
Louise Sarah.
Just
No,
like
seriously. I would have called Peg. After me, Manny.
after Nanny. When we go out to eat, what do I order?
Squid.
No, I don't.
Oh. I think I know. There's one of many.
Ooh.
You eat meatball. No. I know what you have for dessert though.
Go for the dessert of it then.
I can't. Profiterole rolls.
Yeah.
With chocolate sauce
Always.
and cream.
Forever.
The dinner is either sweet and sour chicken.
Even though I'm vegetarian, that's not.
Sweet and sour chicken. We didn't go down to. We never went to a restaurant since you became a vegetarian.
Yeah. What is one thing I do? Hold on. What is one thing you wish I would do?
Get you into that bloody car and drive it and bring it past your test so I can give beside you.
What's something I do that annoys you?
Ma, I'm getting up early in the morning, going downtown, and if you're not ready, I'm going off without you. Of course, Ma gets up. Ma's ready. Ma's calling Sarah. 5 minutes more. 5 minutes more. I'm down in the hall, coaching all on me, waiting on her, and Mommy, I have to put my face on and wash my hair and brush my teeth and that's it. And then she gives out to me for having her late.
What's something I obsess over?
Do you really want to answer that one? You obsess over
Little things, really.
she can't do it at her internet and her digital camera. That's one thing I know that much.
That's actually true.
Mm.
Where would you like to see me in 10 years?
In a profession that would never go into liquidation, like a solicitor or a lawyer or a surgeon or something, and have enough money that you could live in a big house, afford servants and everything, and
Be serious.
I'm
That's
serious. All women want that for their child, and to have a few cars. And I want the Lamborghini, and I want a chauffeur, and
This is why we're not the same. We're completely different.
You don't need a husband to write-offs. Not so bad.
Moving
And don't
on.
go to the way either.
When were you most proud of me?
When you took me out in the car the other day and you drove the first time without an instructor.
That was the most proud.
Well, there's a few more left to leave. Read some I can think of.
Okay.
Go on.
What's
She's disappointed
the
now.
worst?
Oh, can I finish it? Yeah. When I hurt my leg, my leg's in a plaster. I don't know if anyone sees that down there, but anyway. I hurt my leg and I'm on crutches. I was in upstairs, the bathroom was upstairs, I could not go downstairs. As soon as we came home from the hospital, Sarah brought me upstairs to bed. She left me there, she never fed me or nothing.
I
She left me there and she cooked dinners for me. And she came up and she tucked me in.
House,
then she looked after my little Poochie, even though he's dead in my bed 24/7. Then she came along and after that, I was so proud of her, you know, because she'd done the shopping and paid the bills and the weekly bills and all. And there was only one drawback though. As soon as I got downstairs.
That's what you
Well,
do
I
when you're
waddled downstairs.
and you're looking
I was
at
left
me.
with a cook and clean everything would on me on one leg.
No,
I was like
it's not
Long John
cleaning.
Silver waddling around.
What's the worst thing I've ever done? I haven't really been a rebellious. Favorite moment of us together?
At any age.
Any?
The
All
one,
my 19.
the one that
never
we were the closest ever, and you were a kind little girl and you love me. Was you were 5 years old, and we used to sit in front of the TV with all your Barbie dolls. They had to go to all your Kens and your Steves and everything else, and we made popcorn, and we all sit. We sit in the floor now. We make a tent. So you bring in the dining room chairs, push them in the sitting room. She'd put the duvet covers over her, and we'd have an opening so we could see telly, and we'd have popcorn. And I might go down the street and I might get a few bars of chocolate and I'd hang on to them for nights that we do that. I was sitting there and be munching away watching them. But the only thing I didn't like was she insisted I sleep down there too. So we used to sleep overnight down there. Like till 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'd be down there where I am. Little things like that. Then we used to have this 7-foot counter in my favourite home that I was in. And I'd be making the old chips with the fat fryer, and Sarah come over to the counter and she barely would look over the top of it, and she had pretending money with her. And she come along and she said, I said, yes little girl, what would you like? And she said, can I have a bag of chips please? And a burger. And I'd say, okay little girl. And next thing I'd have an old bag, and I'd watch my bag, and I'd have a newspaper, and I'd do enough like the old English does. And next thing I said, now that's such and such price. And she'd be counting out her little time money on the counter, and I said, thank you little girl, goodbye now. And she was sitting down her little bag of chips, nearly burned hand off for it, whatever. And then she'd go like this, bye. And she'd wobble up, and then I have to fly behind her with my bag of chips, so we have to sit inside looking at telly eating them. Well, like there's another show up along, but that's about the cutest one I could think of. That one always did me. Well,
how was I in school? So like junior infants.
Okay, we're starting at play school. No, your first day at play school? No, forget that, because she abandoned me, she didn't want me. Put ties on front of Sarah and she was gone. Your first day at, what do you call it, junior infants?
Yeah, school.
Real school as we called it, junior
big
infants.
School.
Big school, yeah.
I was like,
and I brought Sarah to this big
4.
school.
4.
And when I found out then, her teacher was a girl I went to school with. That was in my class in school, and she was delighted to see Sarah coming along. And Sarah was there, and I was there, and I was getting teary-eyed. Next thing, Sarah was there by, and she's so serious. She looked like this, a young lad. The young lad came up to the table, because I'm in school. The young lad came up to the table, sat beside me, so what's your name? And she went like this to him. And I was there to go, Sarah, calm down, calm down. But and I was there then, and she settled down. So next thing she started getting teary-eyed. When Sarah gets teary-eyed, even to this day, she goes red. You can actually see the blood change in her face. She goes red, and then the eyes go. And I went, I have to go now, Sarah. Okay, I see that. Be a good girl, don't cry. Bye. And I got out that school. It looked like it was really lightning. And I got as far as the gate then, and I stood there for about half an hour in case she come to school running after me. So then I had to walk the whole way home.
That was the old school, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the Scouts then kind of thing, yeah.
Last question, you'll be happy to know.
Oh God, I was getting into the room of it now.
What would you change if you could raise me again?
Nothing really. You turned out okay. You actually surprised me that you actually got this far. But anyway. You're taking after your father with the brains. You're taking after good looks with your mother. And the bacon. And the cooking.
Yes, okay.
And the artwork. She considered great. Sarah can draw, you know, she sketches lovely. Sarah's a bird breeder when she was 3 and 4 and 5.
Anyway.
Yeah, and she always wants to be a vet.
Always wants to.
Which is the worst thing ever, because she changed and I want to be a vet. Because, I mean, I can't afford the dog's veterinary fees. It would have been great to be just bring them down to you and you give them an injection for nothing.
Anyway.
24-hour call.
This has been
mind-boggling, draining.
Oh man.
This has been. You're not trying to answer questions. You told me not to give the real answers.
Yeah, well, you can find questions. We'll do a mum's or a
Okay, now I'm going to ask you the same questions, but I'm going to reverse them.
That's a whole different video.
Oh
so
no, it's
not. It is.
Okay.
So, hope you enjoyed watching us, and don't forget, I'll put the questions down below in the description box. And if you want to do this with your son or daughter, then
don't put them through it, don't put them through it.
Then please feel free. Actually, I should rephrase that. If you want to do this with your parents, then you should. Either or, whichever. So,
yes, I'm calm.
Anyway.
I'm pretty calm.
Anyway, see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.